Leadership behaviors are easy to understand, though perhaps requiring efforts to perform consistently. Behavior change can give every leader a path forward to increasing effectiveness. I am Dr. Abhinanda Gautam and I welcome all of you to session 5 of the video series Leadership in Business. In effective leadership behavior, we are going to cover how leader behavior can be described with either broad or specific categories. Understand why task and relations behaviors are important for leadership effectiveness. Understand why change-oriented behaviors are important for effective leadership. Understand how specific types of task and relations behavior can be used effectively. Before we talk about major types of leadership behavior, I would like to talk about Reed Hastings. Netflix was founded in 1997 with Reed Hastings as one of the founders and CEO. This subscription-based video streaming service offers original content alongside popular movies, TVs, and documentary titles. When it first launched, Netflix was a DVD rental company that surpassed the leader at the time, Blockbuster, as a favorite of movie lovers. Hastings, coming from the software business, had a grander vision, unfettered by any entertainment experience to stand in his way. He introduced streaming and his gamble paid off. Today, Netflix has about 192.95 million subscribers worldwide and is the largest online streaming provider of video content. What a remarkable story. I am talking about transformation leadership. Leaders that bring transformation. We all know about Jeff Bezos. We all know about Steve Jobs. And these are the names that are responsible for bringing a change in the society, a change in the complete behavior of consumers as a total. And that is what is the leadership behavior, which brings changes in the behavior of consumers, of employees, and of the organization as a whole. That is what we are going to talk about. In terms of major types of leadership behavior, first is change-oriented behavior, task and relations behavior, relations-oriented behavior, and then there are two, transformative leadership and participative leadership. What are these? Let's have a quick look. Examples of task, relations, and change-oriented behaviors. If you remember, in my last video, we have talked about task orientation and relationship orientation. Depending on the style of leadership, depending on the requirement of the organization and the culture that a leader draws throughout the organization, it depends that what kind of behavior is exhibited by the leader. In terms of task-oriented behaviors, as you can see, the concentration is more towards the task getting done through others. And that is why it is organized work activities to improve efficiency, plan short-term operations, assign work to group or individuals, and direct and coordinate work activities. Monitor operations and performance, explain priorities to the employees are one of the aspects or many of the aspects that a leader performs or exhibits during their implementation of leadership style. On the other hand, when it's relationship orientation or when it's relation orientation, then it's more about providing support and encouragement, socialize with people to build relationships. It's recognizing the contributions and accomplishments. It is also about coaching and mentoring whenever required. And the overall motto is to empower people. In terms of change orientation, as we all know that change is constant and it's inevitable, and we have to embrace change. There is no chance to resist change anymore, though resistance to change is one of the human tendencies that we can't avoid. However, it is said that deliberate contributions or deliberate attempts towards embracing change leads the organization towards development. So what are the leadership behaviors that are being exhibited when it's change orientation? It's monitoring the external environment, study competitors, develop innovative new strategies, encourage and facilitate collective learning, experiment with new approaches, announce and celebrate progress. So these are some of the aspects that are shown by the leaders or showcased by the leaders when it's change orientation, relationship orientation, or task orientation. However, it is extremely important to understand, as I said, that it is about transformation. which must be encouraged from the heart. And that is why the people that are related with the vision from their hearts, they turn into transformational leaders, because they also enable others to act. They challenge the process, they inspire a shared vision, and overall they model the way. So they have the complete tendency to inspire others and influence others through the kind of transformation they see after the changes are being brought. So transformational leadership behavior is extremely important in order to bring a total transformation in the society as a whole. We have also discussed about empowering leadership in my last video, wherein we discussed participative leadership style in detail. In terms of participative leadership behavior, what is exhibited? It's generally consulting with individuals, obtaining information from followers, proper delegation. It is also about joint decision making with the followers, depending on the style, if you remember my last video again. Then asking for opinions about alternatives, and then consulting with groups. Overall, the motto is to take informed decision. So again, as I said, that a leadership behavior depends on the kind of situation that a leader is in. Then if we discuss types of task and relationship behavior, it all depends again on various factors. The factors are planning work activities, clarifying roles and objectives, monitoring operations, monitoring performances, supportive leadership, developing subordinate skills, providing praise and recognition. So it is extremely important that we understand the importance of praise and recognition, as mentioned in Heidine's theory of motivation, that it's not always the extrinsic factors that help people to grow and get motivated, but it's also intrinsic factors that cannot be seen, touched, and shown to others. But the terms like a thank you note, appreciation, recognition, feeling of achievement helps employees to be committed and show their conviction towards the achievement of strategic goals. If I take another name, which I've already taken, Jeff Bezos. Do we know the name? We all do. It's a great representation of how transformation can happen in the society if the leader believes in transformation. If the leader believes in strict planning, or the kind of planning that shows all the behaviors in total, right from action planning, operational planning, and contingency planning. Because world is not constant, especially business world. As I stated in my earlier videos, that we are living in VUCA world, and if we are not orientated through action planning, the world or the competition is going to take over. It was a little unknown online book selling company back in 1994 with Jeff Bezos as its CEO. The plan was to sell books online and hopefully break even eventually. Amazon stock boosted about 5,000% between 1994 to 1997, and later that year took on another transformational format in creating an e-reader market by introducing their Kindles. We all know Kindles. It's a library of more than 3,000 books, and many of them are for free. Bezos bet that he could change the way we read books by turning them into digital content, where many books can be loaded on one device for consumption. Transforming book sales and later introducing multi-product sales has given Amazon a market value of $1.14 trillion as of April 2020. So you can imagine the kind of planning, the kind of thought process, the kind of actioning can create companies into huge giants in the business world. Now it's data time again. As we talked about planning, right, and as we talked about transformation, what other CEOs think, or what is the CEO's level of engagement in transformation? How visibly engaged has CEO been in your most recent transformation? This was a research done by McKinsey in terms of business functions and in terms of discussion through the people power of transformation. And it is said, as you can see, the darkest blue is very engaged to somewhat engaged, neutral, somewhat disengaged, and very disengaged. And most of the respondents, 63% of the respondents, believed that CEO has the strongest role in bringing most recent transformation. So a lot is dependent on the leader's shoulders. And that is why we are talking about leadership. We are talking about leadership behavior, because transformation without strong exhibition or strong implementation and execution of leadership is not possible. We would go through another data which says that, do you agree that each statement describes CEO's role in transformation? What are those statements? CEO is visible advocate of transformation. First statement. Second statement, CEO communicates compelling change story to organization. And the third statement, CEO communicates connection between transformation. Why are we taking CEO as an example? If we refer to Professor Mervyn King's report, right from King 1 report to King 4 report, you would see that Professor Mervyn King says that chief executive officers are the one that brings value to the business. In fact, we must change the name to Chief Value Officer. So that is why they are the torch bearers. They are the spokesperson, and they bring value to the business. That is why the change or the transformation is reflected through them. So as we can see again, most of the respondents believed, right from 63, 59 to 53%, believed that CEO is the one that is a visible advocate of transformation. They communicate compelling changes, right? And the information gets filtered through them. CEO communicates connection between transformation, and that is why he is the one or she is the one that bridges all the gaps that are in an organization. So it is again a research by McKinsey wherein the discussion was around people power of transformation. Another interesting data which says the impact of leadership development. However, I would say that, as you can see, that dark blue denotes strongly disagree, and then agree strongly. It's a fourth stage Likert data. And most of the respondents, which was done on a study by the conference board, by the CEOs, rank leadership development as one of their top challenges in making their organizations competitive. And that is why the leadership development that we are talking about must first be instilled and inculcated in the CEOs. Research studies by both McKinsey and Company and JP Donlon have found a close relationship between the skills of a company's leaders and market performance. So, as you could see, that leadership is a source of competitive advantage. Most of the employees agreed to that. However, if we talk about that, is the organization having best-in-class leaders, or there is no leadership gap? Not many of them actually agreed, right? That means there is leadership gaps in the organization, and there is what the role of the module or the subject leadership is. We need to understand in detail what are the types of leadership styles, or what are the theories of leadership that exist, and what we can imbibe and inculcate in our behavior so that the leadership execution is stronger. As you could see that, is there any sufficient resources for leadership development? Not many of the people agree to that. However, agree, the percentage of agree is quite high, but in terms of sufficient leadership bench strength, it's very, very less, as you can see. So we need to create further leaders. We need to have a pool of great managers that can turn into super leaders in future. And the future depends on business leaders because of various changes that are happening, right from 4IR to 5IR to quantum physics to nanotechnology that we are talking about. In order to embrace change and in order to face the tough competition that is going to be in and that is already there, we need a great strength of sufficient leadership. So this is it all about in this session, my dear friends. As you can see, again, my details are there. You can contact me through my website or my email ID. Should you like the content, please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like this channel. Keep doing whatever you are doing in your best possible way, and I'll see you again in my 6th video. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.